What's up? This is Matt and Matt Sports. I'm DJ Hazmat.
And I'm Matty Wills.
And thank God it's a bye week.
It's a bye week. The Browns, I guarantee, will not lose this weekend. And the news just came out from Berea. Johnny Manziel, my man. Johnny Manziel was the starter for the rest of the season.
Well, I told you he could be the starter once the season was over.
Well, the season is definitely over.
I always said that. I mean, this is according to everything that I've said about the Browns has come to fruition, has it not?
Yeah, but we won't talk about how you said we could win the playoff, go to the playoffs at the beginning of the season. But,
because I had no idea our defense was this terrible.
Oh, it's awful. Browns 2-8, dead last in the NFL right now, but tied with Baltimore in wins. So this is a winnable game on Monday Night Football after the bye week.
Yeah, because Baltimore just lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars in a controversial end to the game. But nevertheless, they lost.
They're 2-7, so the Browns have a bye week. If Baltimore does lose this week, I don't know who they play. They'll be 2-8, and maybe we cannot finish dead last in the division.
Some people would like to finish dead last and get the number one pick in this draft. I don't know why, because we always screw those picks up.
Right. I've never agreed with just tanking the season. I mean, it worked out with LeBron.
We'll have a top 5 pick. If you can't get somebody good with a top 5 pick, then Ray Farmer, you got to go.
And if you're relying on a rookie to turn your whole franchise around, that's not the way to build a team.
But the way to build a team is to get a stud in here.
Yeah.
We passed on Julio Jones.
Yeah, bad decision.
We passed on Sammy Watkins.
Bad decision again.
And look at the receivers we have.
None of them are taller than my oldest son, who's 10 years old. So Johnny is only 5'10". He needs some bigger cats to throw to. I'm glad he got Gary Barnidge involved in the game last week.
Yes.
Travis Benjamin woke up and he had another decent game.
I was pleasantly surprised with Johnny's play in that thrashing we took from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And
Sheesh.
You wonder if he almost threw for 400 yards.
372.
A lot of that had to do with the fact that we couldn't get anything going on the ground. But just because you can't get things going on the ground doesn't mean that the air is open. And Johnny took what he was given and he moved the ball. We didn't score a lot of points.
He threw from the pocket, which I was very critical of him for.
And a lot of people are saying they didn't realize he could get that zip on the ball. I mean, Johnny has some very good throws.
I was watching the Houston play, and they said that Brian Hoyer had a dead arm. I watched him launch a Hail Mary from beyond the 50-yard line that went to the end zone.
Well, he's concussed, right? And TJ Yates is now starting in Houston. I don't know if Brian Hoyer is going to be back.
Concussion protocol, smotocol.
But Brian Hoyer's gone, man. He was a hometown kid.
He'll be in the playoffs with the Houston Texans.
When?
This year.
About all that.
Look at the AFC South. They suck.
Yeah, well, so do the Browns.
They're tied for first with a losing record.
Are they really?
Yes.
Well, you get all the breaking news here on Matt Sports.
Yes, you will.
So the Browns have a bye week, so we don't have to give you predictions for this weekend's game. But when we come back and we play Baltimore on Monday Night Football, I'm going to say the Browns have a very good chance of beating another bad team.
The Baltimore Browns?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, that's right. They are the Ravens.
I know you wanted them to remain the Baltimore Browns.
Because when my team left Cleveland, they were a good team who always made the playoffs consistently. This expansion Browns team has destroyed the name and legacy of what the Cleveland Browns orange and brown is all about. Can y'all turn it around and bring respectability back to this organization, for crying out loud?
I'm sorry you're going to have to wait till next season to get the answer to that question, but it's not all lost. If Johnny can be the guy, and if you can go into this draft knowing, listen, we drafted him 2 seasons ago.
Why don't we just say that Johnny's the guy, and not go into this draft worrying about a quarterback?
That's what I would like to see.
Let's get skilled position players in the other positions and not think about we need a quarterback. You pick Johnny, roll with him.
And it's nothing wrong with keeping McCown on as the backup, or even make them go into next season, at least make them go into next preseason with a competition between just those two. I wouldn't mind that. Don't cut McCown. Don't get rid of him. Don't do that with Johnny either. Quarterback play isn't what got us to this point.
Not
at
all. I mean,
it's everything else.
McCown can throw for 400. Johnny can throw for 372, and we still get beat down.
Yeah.
There's a deeper issue.
Learn how to stop the run for once. Obviously not having
Stop
Joe
the run
Hayden
against Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah, I know, dude. So that means that we have a million problems.
How much?
A million problems.
One of them is just dumb luck. Just like Johnny Manziel dropping the ball on the very first play from scrimmage for the Browns, or us getting Landry Jones hurt so that we have to face Ben Roethlisberger.
And who I had on 2 of my fantasy teams bench, by the way, because he wasn't supposed to play.
And he just came in and blew us up with Antonio Brown. Why is he somersaulting on us?
Oh, that was
last year. He kicked our punter in the face. Then he gonna go do a perfect 10 somersault into the end zone. I'm sick of this guy.
Untouched. If I'm whoever the defender was, should have just laid into him and took 15 yards. You're in Pittsburgh. You're getting your butt whooped.
Couldn't catch him.
15 yards,
Our DBs were 5 yards behind every receiver that Pittsburgh had. Did they not just keep going deep on us? What is wrong with the defense? Jim O'Neill, you're fired.
He needs to be fired.
If you don't fire him, Pettine, I'll fire him, and then I'll fire you. And I don't even want to fire the head coach.
No, Pettine, I think you need to give a coach 3 years, especially in this situation. We've already seen 8 coaches since 1999.
Pettine's not a bad coach.
We don't want to keep going over and over that. He's made some bonehead.
He's got to make some better. The most bonehead decision is leaving a terrible defensive coordinator in his position. Get him out of there.
He needs to go. Ray Farmer, I think the jury's out on you as well. I think you're going to be gone.
I don't know.
I may be wrong, but if it was my...
Duke Johnson Jr. was a good pick, Ray Farmer.
There you go. And right now...
Get an offensive coordinator in here that knows how to utilize him more. John DeFilippo, what are you doing?
I would like to see, and we got to get out of here, but I would like to see next season if they can... If Johnny's able...
Next season? We got 6 more games.
Well, what I'm about to say they can't do in this season.
Do it within the next 6 games. Show us something. Show us some semblance of what is to come, because this season is over.
The season is over.
Unless your miracle man Manziel is going to pull off 6 straight wins.
If they do what I'm suggesting, cater the offense to him. Do you think Russell Wilson is an all-world quarterback? No, but they cater the offense to what he can do.
Well, if Johnny can sit in the pocket and throw for 372, you don't have to cater an offense to him. But he just has to be able to run the offense in its entirety, which he showed me a little bit more. I have a little bit more confidence now that he may be able to do that.
I think what we saw last weekend was half of what Johnny wants to do and half of what the coaching staff wants to do.
Well, it's supposed to be an equal balance, and that's all we've ever wanted him to do in the first place.
You're right. So we'll see if he can do it. So we'll get back with you all soon and give our final predictions on next week's game. And hopefully we're not talking about the draft too soon.
And hopefully it's not snowing on that fateful Monday night.
He cursed us. It's definitely going to be snowing.
It's going to snow this weekend, but clear that out of here and let's get back to the unusually warm weather, because I got to be out there.
All right, so this is another episode of Mad Matt Sports. We'll be right back next week. I'm Matty Wills.
I'm Hazmat.